Hello guys, my name is Doke. I lost my beard and today I'm gonna customize your rooms. The first room is from Kane Berezovsky and it looks like... there is a dog. But wow. That's a lot of posters, a lot of elements. I'm sorry, but I feel like this room is already customized. Second try. This is from Tommy from Germany. Okay. We have a TV, we have spray paint posters, tags on furniture, custom PC. What the hell is this? And I guess this is some soundproof thingy. Whoa! There's a shisha in the corner. You could put a print there, but not really a mural. Let's try again. The next room is from Peter from Dallas, Texas. He is a firefighter. His wife is a nurse and they started a foster dog room inside of their house. And this should be their upstairs living room. Ta-da! Pretty neat, pretty clean, but... Ha! Gotcha. And this is where it's getting interesting. You know, nice blank wall, nice canvas, I would say. Let's customize it. I've already prepared a sketch, if I can call it that way. I'm starting the sketching process with the rat. And obviously the rat has to be a firefighting rat. So obviously he's gonna hold a hose. But first of all, I'm starting with the face expression and I have a little struggle here. Like I'm thinking, obviously rats are not all that beautiful creatures. I could make him beautiful, but I think that wouldn't really work. Next to the rat, I'm placing a firefighting dog in a firefighting ridiculous costume. But right now, I have a problem. I want to put a nurse over there. There is not enough space for another character above these two. So right now I'm thinking how to express a nurse. Sorry for interrupting, but I need to show you something super cool, something what perfectly fits into the topic of customizing rooms. Mova Globes, the sponsor of this video. Yes, the globe rotates, and the coolest thing is that it rotates without any batteries or cords. The only input is light and the magnetic field of the Earth. These globes with first of its kind technology are available in more than 40 designs and they are a perfect gift for people who think that they have everything. Such as myself. I have the globe on the table right now and seeing it rotating, I don't know, it just feels great. Also when you work on your computer and you have it in the background, I love it. And the fact that there is nothing going in, no cords, no batteries, I'm definitely putting this globe into my office at home. And if you would like to have the same globe or a globe in any other design that Mova Globes have, go into the description below, there is a link to their website and I also got a discount code for you, DokeTV. It will save you 10% off 6 and 8.5 inch globes. Thanks a lot to Mova Globes for sponsoring of this video and this amazing gift. I absolutely love it, and right now let's get back to the video. Right now I am thinking that I will completely change the perspective and I got a brilliant idea. You notice how there is a bed below the characters, right? And they're firefighters, so my thought was that there was so much fire going on in the bed that they just need to cool it down. I'm not sure if someone would like to have this in his living room or bedroom. So I'm trying to resolve this issue. I'm playing around with these two characters that I already have. I would maybe use this idea, but I didn't like the position of the characters on the wall. So I've put them back to the original position and I'm thinking, nurse, nurse, nurse. And then I got an idea. There's enough firefighting elements on the rat, so what if I turn the dog into a nurse? This is a fairly simple process. I just exchange the hat and I put a fundoscope around the dog's neck. And then I'm thinking, I need to bring these two characters together with some extra element. What if I use a text? And what if the text emphasized the firefighting factor and also the nursing factor? Also, visually, I really want to bring these two characters together with the text. And by overlapping the letters with characters, I want to make this picture more visually interesting. Okay, right now we see the design on the wall and I really like how it looks over there. It looks like a graffiti piece, basically. So I'm starting with an outline here and I decided to use that kind of outline that I used most of the time. It's not a very clean outline. Instead, I tried to make it a little bit dirty, a little bit paintery. As I finished the outline, I kinda like the design, but then I smacked some random colors in there just to fill it up, just to see it better, and I have to admit that I don't like it. I just don't. I'm having a problem there, and I'm not sure what is the problem. I try to add shadow, that helps, a bit of a shadow and a water on the ground. Also, putting this ugly green away and exchanging it for gray helps, so I get a bit satisfied, and I start with shadows and highlights. This is how it looks right now, and I'm just not satisfied. I mean, when I put the room there, the colors are not final at all, but I'm not having problem with them. I'm having problem with the overall composition, or not even composition. Like, is this a landscape or doodle? Also, I'm bothered by the fact that the H and E are very interesting with this flame structure, then L is kinda invisible, and P, it's nice, but it's in comparison with E, for example, it's just... I need to fix this somehow. So I erased the whole help text and the smoke. Although I wanted to keep the help text there, I just wanted to do it in a more subtle way. Then I switched everything into grayscale and I started to work on my shadows and highlights. I started to work on the form of the characters. And when I had all of this in grayscale, I started to apply color. I started from the dog's clothing because it has to be kind of turquoise to emphasize the doctorness. And the rest of the colors just followed from there. At the end, I decided to make some of the outlines lighter. And I also applied a bit of a texture because the painting looked too digital for me. And this is the final result. And you wouldn't believe it, but it took me 3 days to finish this. I didn't have a clear vision in the beginning, and so I had to do a lot of research and deciding during the process, which caused that I was unbelievably slow. And with that said, let's jump straight to the second room. And this is the second room. I picked it because it's simply beautiful. Just look at this huge, lovely window, these lights, so good. But the owner, well, the guy who lives in this room, Machino, who's 18 years old, he would like to exchange this wallpaper for a piece of art. He loves gaming, he loves snowboarding, and he wants it colorful. This is a mood board that I prepared. For sure, we have snowboarding and then video games. Unfortunately, I am not sure which video games Machino likes. In this project, I want to try something different. I really like the characters from the previous one, but from the interior design perspective, when I see the result, I wouldn't paint this in my room. I would be looking for something more minimalistic, something maybe more flat, geometric. For example, look at this visual from League of Legends. Let's bring the room into the equation and let's put the visual into the room as a canvas. Boom, like this. What do you think about it? In my opinion, it doesn't fit the room, but I mean, maybe if the color scheme was a little bit more fitting, like this, it's, yes, it's doable. It's not that bad. But look at this. Boom. Would you like to have a mural like this in your bedroom? I mean, it would fit into some gaming cave. I'm gonna show you something more minimalistic that, in my opinion, would fit a lot better. This. You have to admit that it just looks better for the eye. This over this, right? And so, as you can see, I'm not really doing a 3D form here. I try to keep it flat and simple. And to be honest, at first it felt foreign to me. You know, it's a big change of style in comparison with the previous project. And probably the only project that I have done in a similar style is this long mural that I painted in the beginning of this year. And because of this, I didn't really like what I was doing on the page. I tried to, you know, combine snowboarding and gaming in this new style and then I called it for the day and I wrote a note for myself. More gesture with simple shapes. And the next morning I started all over again with a fresh mindset and I realized one very important thing. That this style it's like doing graffiti. What I mean by that is that when you sketch graffiti, you usually sketch in 2D, right? And you try to make these beautiful shapes. So this style kind of feels like sketching graffiti. I just exchanged letters for characters and objects. And so I try to build my characters as simply as possible, but the likeness has to be there. You need to recognize them. And I also tried to figure out the whole composition of this wallpaper. When I have that, I start to apply flat colors to these areas. And especially with Kratos and Witcher, the colors need to help me to define who they are. The rest is not all that important, it just needs to fit. When I have the flat colors, I made a decision that I don't want any outlines in this picture, that I want solid colors. And so because of that, I need to refine all the shapes. And when I have all the shapes defined and all the colors on the page, I start thinking how to make this more interesting. Well, I've decided to apply some textures and fading. I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm experimenting a lot, which takes time, once again. But I want to be satisfied at the end. And this is the final result. When I'm looking at the artwork, I know that it's not perfect, but I have to say that I really like this flat style. And right now, let's take a look at the customized room with the design. The guy who lives here wanted it colorful. I think we got that, although I think that his parents would disagree. Anyways, there is gaming, there is snowboarding. I would really like to see this design in real life. And with that said, let's jump to the last project. This is the third room from Maurice, who's 15 years old. He's from Switzerland, just as his pillow shows us very clearly. This is the view from his window. It's a nice view, I have to admit that. Except this yellow mechanism. He also has this red-orange shelf. There is the pillow again. Some cans and stickers. And what the hell is this? It looks like characters from Slough. Are you a Swiss Slough? No? Anyways, I think that this is the perfect wall for customization. Maurice loves golf. He also loved this artwork that I created together with Squoof. And he got an idea that I might paint a skeleton playing golf. And maybe even his name Maurice. Let's do it. I just started to look for reference pictures and look what I found. I was afraid that I won't be able to find a skeleton playing golf, but look at this. So many people have skeleton golf tattoos. Wow. How is it possible that it's so popular? Bow, bow, bow. Zombie playing golf? Well, that's something different. And boom. Yes. I just committed a crime. I traced the skeleton. You know, I've been recording this video for ages and currently people are sharing these stupid AI portraits all over the Instagram, so I really don't feel like painting these tiny little bones for the next 4 hours. As you can see, I decided to use a text element here. I want to paint the name, Maurice. And I do all these tags just to find the right one. When I think that this one might work, I pay more attention to the skeleton again, and I adjust the head of the skeleton based on my taste. As I mentioned, I traced it, but I didn't trace some specific artist, it was just some random picture on the internet that provided me with the right proportions for the body. But I wanted a different expression, and so I adjusted the skull. In the ideal case, I would do it all on my own, but as I mentioned, the time frustration is there. I continue with some colors, and I want to make the name 3D, like it's wrapped around the body. Well, the bones. Then I apply outlines, shadows, and highlights. But I feel like it's missing something, so I add a drop shadow. Then I change the color of outline at some places, which I did in the first project as well. I really like the effect that this creates. A little bit of details here and there, and boom! We are looking at the final artwork. I also added a Swiss cross into the background to make it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more personal. And right now you can see the artwork in the actual room, and I have to say that this is probably my favorite. I really feel like it fits in. Also, I believe that the owner of the room would really like it because there's golf, there's the skull, the colors fit in, even with his headset and the chair, and even the blanket. I hope you appreciate that I'm using a fishing light in order to make this final scene more professional. The green looks terrible. Anyways, guys, two things. First of all, I hope that you enjoyed this video because it took me a tremendous amount of time to record it. I felt terribly slow, but I hope that with more designs I'm gonna get faster. And the second thing that I want to mention is that you won't find my globe in my office. Instead, it's in the living room because my girlfriend loved it so much that she thought it would be a waste in my office. Anyways, if you want a globe like this, just a little reminder that everything is in the description below. And that's it. Thanks for watching. And today and right now I would maybe even sorry for interrupting, but I need to and this